Dimies! Welcome to your first Dino of the Day video. Dino of the Day, Dino of the Day. Miss Nika's really excited about this. Our first Dino of the Day will be Miss Nika's absolute favorite dinosaur, which is the Stegosaurus. Can you guys say Stegosaurus? Let's see what there is to learn all about the Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus was one of many armored dinosaurs, meaning he had parts of his body that were meant to protect him from predators. If he was attacked by a predator, most likely he protected himself by swinging his big tail. Even though the Stegosaurus was heavily armored, scientists believe he was a fairly peaceful dinosaur, meaning he didn't go after other dinosaurs. It'd be kind of similar to like a cow today. Cows just kind of hang out and chill and eat grass. That's kind of like a Stegosaurus. It's believed that Stegosauruses traveled in herds. What's a herd? Do you guys remember? Have we talked about a herd? A herd is kind of like our school of dolphins, only it's on land. That means one kind of animal will travel with the same kind of animal all over where it goes. Stegosauruses probably stayed together to protect them from predators.
Some scientists actually believe that the Stegosaurus didn't actually travel as a herd, but instead traveled either alone or in small groups with other Stegosauruses. The funny thing about studying dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals is because we can't actually see what they do, scientists have to make their best guess based on what their fossils look like, also based on where their fossils are found, and based on what the Earth would have been like at that time. We can't know for sure exactly what Stegosauruses did, but we have a lot of great theories.
So let's talk about the Stegosaurus's armor on his back, or his spikes. Scientists have argued over the years what those were most likely for. Most likely they used them to defend and protect themselves from other predators, kind of like a T-Rex or other kind of carnivores. Some scientists believe that they used their spikes to actually help with their temperature regulation, which that's a big word, but really all that means is it helped him stay cool when it was hot or warm up when it was cold. Stegosauruses were not the largest dinosaur, but compared to us, they were really big. They could reach a length of 20 feet. All right, let's talk about the Stegosaurus's habitat. Man, we're even hearing that word when it comes to dinosaurs. Isn't that crazy, you guys? So the Stegosaurus actually lived here in North America, so the United States and Canada. That's where most of his fossils have been found. And it's believed that he liked warmer weather, kind of like what we would find in a tropical forest, which would be warm and kind of humid. Think about like California by the beach kind of areas, or maybe Hawaii. That was the kind of temperatures he liked. So what did a Stegosaurus like to eat, and how did he get his food? The Stegosaurus was a herbivore. Wait a minute, we've heard that word before. Do you guys remember what it means to be a herbivore? I hope you said it means an animal that eats only plants. Stegosauruses only ate plants. They really liked tropical vegetation, so like leaves and other roots kind of things. That's what they like to eat. It's believed, and it's been believed, that Stegosauruses actually swallowed up stones to help them digest the plants that they were eating. How interesting is that? The Stegosaurus came from an egg. What scientists believe happened was that the Stegosaurus mommy would lay her eggs in a hole and kind of leave them there. They believe that they might have been covered to sand and left to hatch in the warmth of the sun. Once the Stegosauruses hatched, it's believed that they were protected by the herd. Kind of like with our friend the dolphin, how the other dolphins would help protect the baby dolphin while it was getting its air. Or like our friend the wildebeest, how a lot of other wildebeests would help protect the young wildebeest. They believe Stegosauruses worked the same. Now here's what's funny. There's another way that the Stegosaurus is a little bit similar to the wildebeest. So the wildebeest, if you remember, he didn't like to fight. He liked to stamp his feet and basically put on a show to scare away predators or to seem like he was the bigger wildebeest. It's believed by scientists that Stegosauruses were the same way. They were not violent, but they would put on a show to scare other predators and even try to seem more high and mighty than other Stegosauruses. How crazy would that be? Let's talk about the predators the Stegosaurus may have had to deal with. As a non-aggressive plant eater, the Stegosaurus was often sought after by bigger carnivores. But when a Stegosaurus was threatened, he would stand his ground and use his spiked tail to try to scare the predator away. One of the most famous predators the Stegosaurus would have had would be the T-Rex, which we'll learn about him later this week. All right, let's learn some fun facts about our friend the Stegosaurus. Scientists have found out that even though the Stegosaurus was a big dinosaur, his brain wasn't much bigger than a dog's brain. So for his big size, he had a really tiny brain. The name Stegosaurus comes from the Greek word stegos, which means roof, and saurus, which means lizard. Stegosaurus fossils have been found in North America, which is where we live here, and recently in Portugal. So that means they could have lived in Europe too. A Stegosaurus would grow to about 20 feet long and 14 feet high. So that means taller than our classroom at Lion and Lamb. How crazy is that? Along with the Tyrannosaurus rex and an iguanodon, the Stegosaurus was one of the main dinosaurs that inspired the look of Godzilla. Have you guys ever seen Godzilla? That's what he looks like. He's inspired by the Stegosaurus. The state Colorado calls the Stegosaurus its state dinosaur. Ours here in Nevada was the Ichthyosaurus. I like to call them Ickies. He was more like a fish. We'll learn about him this week too. All right, Lammies, wasn't that so cool to learn about the Stegosaurus? I really liked learning that they travel in herds. I also found it really interesting that their brains were really teeny tiny inside of their head. I also liked learning that they worked as a team to protect each other in a herd. What was your favorite thing that you learned? In fact, you can tell me 3 things that you learned either on the Lambs Class email or on our Lambs Class Facebook page, whichever one you want to do. All right, Lammies, I'll have another really fun dinosaur or prehistoric animal for you tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye!